Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lawsplaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. And, guys, with me today is raw, unbridled fatigue. I apologize for being late. Oh, my goodness. I had fallen asleep in a chair, and I was done for the entire night. I had an alarm and everything, in case because I was a little tired. I was like, if I fall asleep, I want to make sure and have an alarm, to go ahead and get up. Oh my gosh. It took every ounce of willpower to get out of that chair. So I apologize for that. We are here tonight to conquer, well, first to test Cloudsplitter. This is a single malt, straight single malt whiskey. This is not a fig whiskey. This is not a gay whiskey. This is a straight single malt whiskey, so it says. I don't know. I don't know why it's straight and others aren't. Hold on one second. Just a minute. What's going on here? Oh my goodness. Well, I know this is great TV as always. I'm trying to find the note. The person who sent me the whiskey sent me a note, and I was gonna thank them for it. I will have to do that. It must be upstairs. So I'll apologize in advance to the person who sent me this. I was gonna thank you while drinking it. I don't think I'll finish the bottle tonight or anything, so we should be fine to thank you for it on the next night. So I apologize for that. But this was sent in by a viewer, and so I thought, what better whiskey to pick this month for the whiskey review was this one, than this one. Goodness gracious. I'm still asleep in my chair right now. I could tell you. I'm still sleeping. This is all a horrific nightmare where I can't talk. Nothing is working. What a mess. Oh, goodness. Let me get this thing open. Fix your collar. Oh, is it flipped up? I'm a disaster. I'm a disaster. Why would I even want to stream in a polo? I wouldn't. So, there you go. How are y'all doing tonight? I have an announcement to make at midnight. I think the announcement will make some people a little annoyed. Other people hopefully won't be so annoyed. But everything I do now makes somebody annoyed. Which is weird, because there was just a day when no one cared, and those were nice days in some ways. So I could just make fun of someone in peace. Oh boy. It is not midnight. Do the next stream in a suit? Oh god, it's hot in here. Wearing a suit is even hotter. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting sort of smell. Let's see here. All right, we've got some whiskey in the cup here. This has a strong smell to it. It's grainy. Probably barley or whatever. Say anything about this? Let's see. Well, I don't know. A slight sweetness, We'll see. Hold on. Smells a little bit like it's got a gasoline-y smell to it. We're gonna give it a shot. I've got a new I've got a mug that I got. I'm gonna drink out of this. Rather morbid, I think. Oh. Okay. This is this is strong. Got a heavy I don't know if that's barley or what, but the grain taste is pretty stiff. Hold on. What is it? What's this? It's a mug. The mug of me. I don't know. As a strong whiskey. I'm not sure if I like it. I can't identify the taste. We're going to try it a little bit more. We'll try it in a different cup in a second to see if the cup has anything to do with it. I'm not sure. Whew. It's it reminds me in ways. I had an unaged rye, and that just had such a strong rye flavor that it you had to get used to it a little bit. So we'll try it in a minute. The taste is malt. Okay. Sounds good. All right. I see you in the chat. MxR. Yeah, I see they're being extorted or exploited or whatever by some channel or by some company. Well, let's read. Someone sent a super chat. We got a couple. West Nile Chan says, calling it now, Nick's midnight announcement is that anime was a mistake. Well, everybody knows that. He's registered as a Democrat. No. And Fireball is the best whiskey produced by man and God. Ooh. No. Dustman Narak J says, Nick, a popular gaming and reaction YouTuber who runs MxR Plays and MxR Mods, just posted a video where he and his girlfriend are being extorted with channel strikes from a shady company. Please shine a light on this. I will, I guess. Should we could take a look at that. I heard about it. Hold on. Maybe we can watch a little bit of that and see what's going on. I'll check it out. Cesario JPN says, Nick, your shirt, it reminds me of Blue's Clues. Steve, maybe you should rename the show to Booze Clues. Yeah, I'll get my coat. Yes, it's a terrible thing you've done there. And then Joshua Vidreen says, hey, Nick, there's a channel called MxR Plays that's being extorted for money by some weird company. Just wanted to boost their situation to as many as possible. Also, gave you my first super chat on accident earlier. Oh, I see that one. Thank you. You didn't send any message with it, so I'll just say thank you for doing that. And I appreciate it. Let's pull this up. We'll take a gander, a peek, and see what we got here. Give me just a second. YouTube. Is the MxR video on YouTube? We're being extorted for all our money and we don't know what to do anymore.
All right, guys, we have a...
Okay, here we go. Just a second. Let me get this in way. Okay. Get this pulled up here. Man, this chick looks haunted. Go. So we're gonna take a peek at this. I don't know anything about this. This video is about 5 minutes long. I've got we'll see what's happening. All right. I've never heard of these guys. They got a good chance. Wow, 826,000 subs. Let's see. Let's see what's going on.
Serious video.
Oh wait. I'm gonna increase the volume for you guys. Hopefully that'll do a little bit better here. Let's.
All right, guys, we have a serious video to film today because of something called juking media. Sorry, it feels kind of weird talking about it because it just happened. If you don't know, they basically copyright all the clips you see on the internet. About a couple months ago, they started striking our channel because of clips that they own.
Like, they don't even bother to claim anymore.
Yeah, so it used to be...
immediately strike.
It used to be that they would claim your videos and take the revenue from that video,
Just
right?
Better than a strike.
Yeah, and so we started, you know, removing their clips from our videos.
Of course, because we're like, okay, that's your clip, so we won't use it.
Yeah, so basically, they just strike our channel now whenever they see a clip. They email us with a bill, and they charge us $1,500 per clip that was in our videos. And so today we got hit with a huge bill of $6,000 in total. And I think it's because in the past we've paid them this amount of money. So they're like,
all right. Now, not commenting on these guys' situation yet. Let's get with the first rule of extortion. Okay? Never pay. Don't pay. Don't pay. They didn't know, you know, so you can kind of forgive them for that. Don't pay. If you're being extorted, don't pay. I can't say that enough. Never, ever, ever pay. You talk to cops before you pay. That's how never it is, all right? You don't pay. Because the first thing that they'll do is understand that if you pay, you have a breaking point. Something that they've done will convince you to give in to what they're saying, which means they're going to do it again the next time. They're just gonna. They sent him a bill. So? Like, now, I get that they're striking the channel, right? Like, I get it. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But the first rule of extortion, this applies when you get scam emails, when you get scam whatever, when someone says, look, I got all sorts of video of you beating off to hentai, Kurt Eichenwald, or whatever it is. You don't pay. Oh, we're going to distribute this all to your family. Because that scam was going around a couple years ago. We've got a picture of you masturbating. We're gonna, like that Black Mirror episode. Don't pay. Don't pay. First thing that they require you to pay them. That's the most important part of this. And they will badger you. They will hound you. They will do all that stuff for a little while until you break or they get tired of it because they've got some other sap to go after. So that's the first rule that they have broken here. Now, that doesn't mean everything else that's going on would go away, but paying is the first mistake.
Like, hey, this guy's willing to pay this money. Let's keep, you know, charging him for it. He'll just pay us. So
Yep.
We've paid about $2,000 in total. And now we have another $6,000 to pay. And if...
No, actually... Interestingly, they have $0 to pay. They have nothing to pay. they don't have $6,000 to pay. MxR, you don't have $6,000 to pay. If you didn't agree to pay to use the clips, then you don't have to pay to use the clips. You either have a fair use, use of the clip, or you don't. But there is no bill to use the clip. If they want to try and get settlement out of you for utilizing their copyrighted material, make them go through the court process. You don't have to pay $6,000 to them. So do not pay. You don't have $6,000 to pay. You have $0 to pay. Now, if you have some pre-existing contract, or if there's like some agreement that you entered into for licensing thing and you agree to pay $1,500 per clip, well, first of all, oh my God, what are you doing? There's a million clips on the internet. Second of all, no. And third of all, that's a different thing. And I don't think that's what's going on here. Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up, Ty, by the way? How's it going, buddy? All right, back to this.
If you don't pay, then basically they'll start striking your channel. We have a huge library of videos. They have a huge team of like a lot of people from India and from China, right? They have a huge team of like Chinese workers that will basically go through our entire video library, most likely find 3 instances of some, random clip, and then they'll basically remove our channel if we don't pay them.
And we don't really
take down your videos. Private all of them. I mean, if that's the concern, private all the videos first. Do that. Get YouTube support involved, which is not the best solution. Get a lawyer. And at some point, we're going to have to start suing people and including YouTube in the suit if YouTube is going through with this stuff. But all right, let's go.
Really have power against it, and then we don't have a lawyer. We don't have that much like big of a team.
Get one
To defend our channel and defend us. So we're kind of put in a position where it's like catch-22. Like we're stuck between a hard place and a rock. So I feel like they're just constantly gonna extort us.
So Jeannie does look over our videos. She goes on to their website and she spends like half an hour per video of her time to basically search the website for these videos. Really stressful work because she's so afraid, because every time she, misses a clip or doesn't put in the right search term, like doesn't put in the right tag, she knows that it's $1,500 out of her pockets.
Rather than that, it's just constantly in the fear of our channel being deleted.
Where are they getting these clips? Oh, that was a rude pause. 1 second. That's better. Where are they getting the clips? Like, so she's going through the website. Are they claiming the clips falsely? Like, what's going on? Do they actually own the clips or not? How does this company own the clips? Like, how are they acquiring them? How is this their content? What is this? What is happening here? You're going through and searching on this website to see if your content is showing up on it. What is happening here? These people have very complicated YouTube channel models. Let's take a peek at this. MxR plays, 825,000 subscribers, 742 uploads. They have... Now, I'm not doing this to be rude, okay? All right. These guys have... This is not perfect because it's Social Blade, and monetization works differently than Social Blade. But we can make some guesses, all right? Let's make some guesses. These guys get, on average, 850,000 views a day. So just from this channel, these guys get 850,000 views a day. That's a lot of money. If those are monetized clicks, that's an absolute fortune. This is massive amounts of money coming in per day. The estimates on Social Blade are $213 to $3,400 a day. Again, it's hard to gauge exactly how their monetization has worked. If they're getting things content claimed, they're only getting like 10% of the revenue. But I mean, these guys are making a lot of money. Now, that doesn't make them wrong or anything like that. The point is, get a lawyer. Get a lawyer. You can afford it. Unless you're doing something really weird, you can afford a lawyer. I mean, gosh, how do I quantify this for you? I'll do it in my own way here. I'm going to try and give you an idea of how much money this is. Okay. I have a video with 250,000 views. All right. So this will give us a baseline. A video over its lifetime has 250,000 views, 125,000 of that. So about half of it is monetized playbacks. The other playbacks would be, I don't know if they're ad blocked or whatever. Doesn't really matter. That is $460 for that video. Okay. That's one video at 250,000 views. Now, the more views you get, typically on an individual video, the more money you're going to make from that video. You'll get higher value ads. So I'm just putting it out there that these guys are pulling in roughly 4 times that much money per day. All right, that's almost $2,000 a day. They're demonetized content. Wait, they're not monetized? MxR plays. This 826,000 subscriber channel is not monetized. I mean, this is the same MxR plays you can see on Social Blade. Same profile picture, same subscriber count roughly. I'm trying to, I mean, if they're not monetized, what are they doing? If they're not monetized, why in God's name are they not monetized? Oh, because it's... Just a second. Okay. I will take your not monetization for your word. I'll take you at your word. I'm going to point out this. Don't know how much that is. This is, I'm trying to make a point here. It's not about necessarily how much money they're making, but their Patreon has 10,500 patrons. Even if that's at $1 per month, they can afford a lawyer. Right? This is the point. Stop paying $1,500 a video to people. Get a lawyer. All right? Like, what's happening to them is not right. Okay? But Yeah. I don't know what else to say on that front. So they're pulling from Patreon alone at least 120K a year. All right. They've got, some people are saying they've got sponsors. Let's see. What do we, you guys are saying that they're not monetized. Again, I'm not familiar with your content. I'll have to take your word for it. Who knows? But they have another channel too, right? MxR, the other MxR something. Anyway, let's watch the next part.
Like, what if one day they are like, 1,500's not enough, we just want you gone? Like,
yeah, we legitimately do a very thorough search, but sometimes they're just videos where it's like, it's just a cat, right? And there's really nothing you can search for cat. You can just say black cat, but even then they might not put in the tags for black cat. So what you end up having to do is search through like 40 pages of videos. And sometimes, you know, you're a bit tired, you miss one of them, and then boom, $1,500. Because they legitimately have, I guarantee you, a team of dozens of Chinese people like watching every single minute of their
Why does he hate Chinese people? I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
videos, searching up through their databases, like just looking for the one chance to get us, because out of 300 we might make a mistake on a couple and then we get hit with charges like this. So we thought we've been very thorough,
and at this point it's like, I feel like we can't even watch any videos anymore. We can't react to any videos, period.
yeah, essentially, like literally every time we see like a cat.
Okay, so they're a reaction channel, so they're reacting to videos. I mean, that should pretty well be fair use, right? This is a channel that's big enough. They should have a dedicated contact at YouTube that they can get someone on the phone on this. Like, get somebody on the phone. You have 826,000 subscribers. Even if they're not monetizing it, YouTube certainly is.
Like, we get shook, and we haven't heard of this happen to any other YouTube channel. I feel like they have a vendetta against us.
Clearly I realized our mistake was paying the first time, because now they're like, oh, we have someone we could just easily get easy money out of. We're not that big of a team. We're not that big of a channel quite yet. Like, we don't have that much force. Like, yeah,
I've seen a lot bigger channels use their clips before,
and they don't do anything,
and they don't strike their channels. They don't try to extort money out of them. And the people that we talk to have such a huge attitude, like this air of superiority, like, we're being generous with you, please, we're being nice here.
That's the language of scam. Scammers always ask like you're putting them out, right? Like that's how they act. Even when they're calling to steal your money, but they still act like you're doing the wrong thing. But yeah.
And you just have to pay us $6,000. We're doing you a service here. Like, that's the attitude we get from them.
And then the first time too, we were like, okay, fair. Just to make sure that we don't use your clips, can you check out our video and tell us if we used your clips? And they're like, no. Like, so yeah. They want that is so clearly like they don't want to work with us. Like, I really don't want to step on your territory kind of thing, but that just outright told me like you're just doing this to get money out of us to the maximum degree.
Yeah, I feel like if they treated every YouTuber like this, tons of channels would be deleted right now, because there are plenty, like, if you go on any YouTube channel, chances are like some fucking video on the internet played
demonetized
at some point in their channel. But they're not going after them and taking them down. They're going after us because I think we gave them money. But yeah, so basically I guess we're making this video to let you know that either we might stop reacting to videos, period, like we can only look at images and pictures, or if somebody has
pro tip, you can own a picture. Actually, most people, all pictures are owned by somebody, so you're falling into the same issue. If you're just going to react to a picture, it's the same as reacting to a video. The reaction has to be significantly, I'm going to use the wrong words, but basically it has to be significantly additive or transformative to constitute fair use. That's what it has to do. Whether it's a picture, whether it's an audio drama, whether it's a YouTube channel like this one. See, I'm offering commentary and opinion to make sure that watching this clip falls in the purview of fair use as well. But that's my point in this, is that just watching or reacting to pictures, you're technically in the same trap. You're in the same area of copyright law. Now it gets a little more complicated with videos and stuff, but if this channel is going after you, the real question is, are they actually striking the channel? I know they've threatened to strike the channel. Have they actually struck the channel? And if not, this is one of those things where they need to get on Twitter, talk to YouTube support, get the attention of their community, and get help. I mean, that's what they're doing here. Right? They're trying to rally some help. But guys, I have a guy at YouTube I can talk to. Now, he's not like the highest level guy on the planet, but I could at least utilize that contact to hopefully get to someone in an emergency like this, if they're really in danger. They need to reach out and leverage that YouTube team support contact that they've got. Like, I've got a guy. I know his name. I can email him directly. They've got to have a guy. Their channel is 10 times the size of mine. And they have 2.
As a solution, something to help us out here, I have an email, MxR Business. Feel free to send an email. So yeah, I'm sorry for this depressing video, and me and Gene will see you for a regular scheduled video tomorrow. Peace.
That's my line. You're gonna copyright strike him. Okay, MxR Mods is the other one. 2 million subscribers. Oh my god.
Welcome to week 69.
Immersive flirting mod for Fallout 4. Look at these. These are great. Fallout 4 mods week 1. Nude females checked. These are definitely demonetized, but that's great. That's hilarious. Ooh, the Bannered Mare Playground. Am I old enough for this ride? 3 million views. Woo! What do we got here? What's MxR Mods at? Daily views. MxR Mods has less daily views than the other one. That's interesting. So they get about 216,000 views a day on the Mods channel. The other one again was getting 800,000 views a day. So, it depends on what they monetize and what they don't. The lewd stuff is obviously not going to be monetized. But again, these guys are pulling in 10K a month plus on Patreon, probably significantly more. Hire a lawyer. Well, my entire channel was demonetized. This is a recent post here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, here. So my second channel, which is currently at 100K subscribers, is generating more revenue, a lot more than this channel, which currently has over 1.5 million subscribers and 10 times the views. So their other channel, which is now quite large, appears to still be monetized. This post was, I don't know when this post was, but yeah, so there you go. One of their channels is still monetized, at least as of this post. The MxR Mods channel does seem to be demonetized, but MxR Plays, according to this, is generating revenue. These guys are making a lot of money, which is good. I'm glad that they are. I want them to continue to make all of the money. But let's not kid ourselves here. Get a lawyer. You can afford it. If you're making 10K a month on Patreon, you've got to be pulling in, I don't know. If their other channel is monetized and even half those playbacks are monetized, they're pulling in 30K a month. Just food for thought from not from Patreon. So if they have half of their views are monetized, they're pulling in 30K a month. So yeah. Very interesting though. Very interesting dilemma. Again, never pay your scammer. But the real question is, are they going to strike the channel? If they do strike the channel, aren't you contesting the strikes with YouTube? Now I know there's an issue where if they do 3 strikes in a short period of time, that's how Monkey Jones got, if I remember right. They did 3 strikes for copyrighted content, and all in one short period, and then YouTube knocked it out. Now, technically, you can appeal all of that, but it's a pain, and they shouldn't have to do that. Oh, she's going to medical school, man. Well, that changes everything. It doesn't change everything. Guys, if they're making 30 grand a month plus 10 grand a month, they can afford medical school and a lawyer. They'll be okay. Again, now I sound like the rising proletariat here, but I want them to make 200K a month. I want them to make all of the money. But at a conservative estimate, they're making 40 grand a month. A month. They can afford medical school and a lawyer. They'll be okay. They probably are not paying 100K a month in legal fees on this case, right? They're doing great. They're doing great. And this is not a criticism of them at all. This is my humble advice to you. If you are making $40,000 a month in your life, and you come to a point where you need to go to medical school and hire a lawyer to keep yourself making 40 grand a month, pay a lawyer. Get your lawyer on the phone with YouTube if you need to. I'll refer you. I know a guy who would probably love a client with that level of income, who deals with copyright, specifically going after some Chi-Coms or whatever, some Chinese company that I know that's some Chinese company that is striking stuff. Yeah, get in contact with YouTube Legal, get some solutions done. You make enough money, YouTube will want to keep you around. You're not, if they're not doing fair use and you can bring them into court, you could potentially get all of your legal fees paid for if you have to sue them. There's a lot going on in this case for these guys, but it's going to have to start with them doing more than making a video. They need to get on the phone and get a good copyright attorney. Whiskey review, better with every sip, but you can definitely taste the rawness of the whiskey. A 2-year aged whiskey is harsh. And it's got a lot of the malt flavor in it. So, drink all the whiskey. We're gonna have more. So Ty, did you see my cup? The only inaccurate part of this cup is the handle should have just been the nose, right? Like this feels precarious, and it should be, if the nose were to scale, it would be easy to grip. No, they should not hire Leonard French. I picked this up from an antique shop in Florida. Hand painted in Japan. It says Verdi on the back. This guy's got a mullet. That's inaccurate as well. I didn't have a mullet. But it was very interesting seeing my Japanese likeness in a random antique shop down in Florida. Catch you later, Tillip. You updated the title a bit. Oh, and MxR Extortion. Thanks. Sounds good. Should they hire Mrs. Akiva Cohen? No. And they definitely shouldn't hire Mike, the trombone Dumford. Trombone, no, tuba. Mike, the sad tuba Dumford. No, they could hire someone like Stephen Birch, for example. Would be great. I'll reach out to MxR and say, hey, here's a guy you might want to contact. Get a lawyer. You guys are making a bunch of money. Get a lawyer. Keep making money. Make more money. When is Kendra Paris coming back on the stream? I'm working on putting together a full-on Second Amendment stream with a panel with Kendra and some other people as well. So I wanna do that. Hopefully very soon. Where's my woman? She stole my Glencairn glass. What about Chris Hook? Well, we'll see. Let's get through some of these. Deep Fried Lettuce says, instead of a YouTuber union to whine at YouTube, how about a YouTuber union for legal defense? I will not be a part of any union. I don't want a union. I think I'm gonna sound terrible on this. I don't think that on the whole YouTubers are treated poorly. I don't. Maybe they are. I'm not. I mean, there are some things I would want better, but I do just fine. How these channels with, millions of people watching, I mean, go to MxR or whatever, I guess. I don't know. I don't know their plight. I really don't. And it baffles me because I look at the size of my channel and I look at income and stuff like that. And I sit in wonder in thinking what any of us YouTube people would do if we had like a real job and got treated like normal people. Oh. But, I don't know. All right. So next, Dominic Beasley says they mostly react to videos and stuff off Reddit. Okay. Sounds good. Nick Sex says, I took an optional ethics module on IP law, learned almost nothing but got 10 out of 10 on the exam, all based on stuff I learned on this channel. Also, please stop using the Shane Holmberg method of calculating net worth, Nikki. No, I wasn't looking at Social Blade to see what their estimated income was. I was looking at their video views and then estimating based off of my own experience with how much monetization comes in. So it's a slightly more authentic model, but still with the caveat of I don't know how many of their views are monetized, But I can say that if you're pulling in 800,000 views a month, if any of them are monetized, or if a significant portion are monetized, you're making good money. Very, very good money. I like the Spike Man says, as long as they don't consult Legal Eagle, they'll be just fine. Yeah, Legal Eagle would probably say the Chinese company is in the right. Chrysidia Holmes says, hey Nick, if you could please give a shout out to where folks can support our convention coming up on February 29th and March 1st. I'll put the link in your Discord. Well, why would I do that, Cress? You think this is some sort of just place for promotion? You could just come on this channel and promote stuff? That's crazy talk. Of course you can. Of course you can. I'll keep an eye out for the link. Those companies get a copyright in the EU and force a settlement or legal fight in EU. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, and Legal Eagle and Leonard French are both IP lawyers on YouTube. It's only makes sense for people to recommend them. Plus, go for it. I have different people that I would hire. That's all. But that being said, what else should we talk about today? I've got 10 minutes until announcement time. I hope you guys are prepped for the announcement. I hope you guys are slightly pumped. I am very pumped about it because Hose will be mad. Make no mistake, Hose will be mad. Baal of Babylon says, those two have a pretty entertaining show. How likely would it be for you to reach out to them and offer some help, maybe get them on your stream or you on theirs? 100%. 100%. And I will only lightly chastise them for paying the rapist, right? Like that's what the extortion is. It's financial rape, and then you pay for it. So you pay for the pleasure of them holding your nuts in a vice. It's great. No, I'd love to talk to him. Absolutely. I hope I didn't come across as implying that they're deceptive. I don't think they are. They seem like just nice, young, kind of naive people who are in a bad spot. So I hope I didn't come across too harshly. My advice to them is stern and swift. Get a lawyer and stop paying them anything. But that's it. Us trash talk about Legal Eagle. Why don't you invite him to your show and have a lawyer off? What do we talk about? Yeah, your opinion on Captain Marvel was shit. Also, your thing where you went after Markiplier, that was shit. That was dumb, buddy. And also, just so you know, like your other videos, you cover everything that makes me hate lawyers on YouTube. Thanks. That'd be the debate. Like, I'm not gonna call into question his skills as an attorney. He's got much more legal experience than I do. He runs a side hustle where he helps people succeed in law school or whatever. Great, go for it. Love you, man. But I everything you do on YouTube makes me want to die inside. So, or was it Markiplier or MatPat? I can't remember. Whichever one. Like some channel with like 10 million subscribers. I haven't. Yeah, his impeachment stuff is. Whew. Lawyers on YouTube, including yourself. Well, yeah. What are you guys gonna realize? Lawyers are terrible people universally. I'm not exempt just because I'm me. All right. What else was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I gotta. I got this. So I came back from my vacation in Florida to visit some family, and I had some stuff waiting for me. The whiskey was waiting for me. Armitage 3, thank you very much for the Armitage 3. They sent it to me because of my love of Elizabeth Berkley, I guess, because I mentioned that she was a VA in one of the streams I did, and that's the only voice acting she's done in anime is that in Armitage 3. But so there you go. Thank you. I look forward to watching that'll be fun. That's an older anime. Emilio Alberto says you could always have an Ace Attorney battle with Legal Eagle. Oh, that sounds so horrible. Whew. That movie's great, better than the OVA they stitched it together from. Oh, that's too bad. It's pronounced Armitage the Third, you pleb. Well, Cody, oh, it does say the third on there. Polymatrix. So it's like Keanu Reeves with a bunch of bad movies. That's rude. The original Matrix is good. The second and third. Oh my gosh. So I do have a document we can sift through if you guys are interested. This is the Covington kids suit right here that I talked about going through yesterday, but we kind of ran out of time. So I think we might run through this a little bit. There were also some news stories I wanted to talk about. Let me see. Come on now. Where are we? Where are we? Did you guys see that what's his face? Geraldo Rivera was praising Iran for shooting missiles at United States assets and missing. So that was nice. Good job. Good job, Geraldo, for praising Iran. I guess. Uh-oh. Mitch McConnell backs measure to change Senate rules and dismiss impeachment without articles. So, as some of you guys know, I teach at our homeschool co-op. I teach the Constitution, and we're talking about constitutional powers granted to each branch of government currently. And we started talking about the executive branch back when the impeachment stuff really kicked off. And so we had to revisit it a little bit today because we had winter break. And so we hadn't met for a while. So we're back from winter break, and now the impeachment has blown up. And the first question my kids had is, was Donald Trump impeached? Which, of course, the answer is yes. Donald Trump was impeached. And I know there's differing opinions on this, okay? Differing opinions are like, well, they didn't deliver the articles to the Senate, so he's impeached but not impeached. He's impeached. The House voted to impeach. The House has impeached him. Now, what they do after that is a big convoluted mess, but he is technically impeached. So there's no getting around that. We can make all sorts of stuff, but it happened. And this is a weird thing about constitutional powers, okay? Because it's circular in reasoning how we determine if something happened. Do we know Trump was impeached? Yes. How do we know? Because the House did it, and then we said that they did it. So they did it. So he is, which is very circular. That's not typically how we measure stuff, but there's no one else who can tell the House when they've impeached someone or when they haven't. There's just not. And in the same way, the House doesn't get to influence the Senate's trial of the impeachment. So this is this weird thing where we've been waiting for the House to deliver the articles of impeachment to the Senate before the Senate will hear the case. Well, that's a Senate rule that only exists in the Senate and no one else can do anything. If they want to hear the impeachment now, today, okay, the House can't stop them. All the House could do is impeach him again. This is how these things work. So the Senate can try the impeachment in whatever way they want. They can either wait for the articles, they cannot wait for the articles. They can call witnesses, they cannot call witnesses. They can hear evidence, they cannot hear evidence. All of this is hinged on their political capital that they're spending to do this stuff. That's it. Nobody, no court can do it. The other houses of Congress can't do it. There's the administrative branch of government, the fourth shadow branch or whatever, can't do it. Nobody can make them do these things, and nobody gets a say. Nancy Pelosi can, she can threaten to flash Mitch McConnell and make him adopt certain rules, but he doesn't have to do it. He may want to prevent seeing the heart of an arclich or whatever, but that's it. There's nothing else about this. And in a very similar question, in a video I just did, which was titled, "Can the President Order a Military Strike, or does the President of the United States need approval from Congress to blow up an Iranian general?" Well, no, he doesn't. Do you know I know he doesn't need approval? Because he did it. Right? Like this is a weird place on how constitutional powers work, where when someone does something, we can determine that they had the ability to do it by the merit of its existence. Think about this. Here's the thought exercise on blowing up the Iranian general. Can Trump order a drone strike on an Iranian general without talking to Congress? Yes, we know he can because he did, and the drone strike occurred, and now he's a crispy boy in the middle of Iraq. Okay, now that happened. So if he can't do that, the only way to undo the next time is to impeach him. That's it. That's their only remedy. Because if they go to the Supreme Court, Congress, we're going to go to the Supreme Court and we're going to get them to rule that was unlawful. They go through and they win. They got him. They say, President, you cannot order a drone strike to make a McChicken sandwich out of an Iranian general that's in Iraq. You can't do it. And then the next day, Trump orders a drone strike to nuke the next Iranian general in Baghdad. What happened? Well, of course he can. He's the commander-in-chief. He can do it. Now, will his orders be carried out? These are all political questions. Trump has to expend political capital, and eventually the people under his direct command would have to not take the order. But then, are they going to not listen to their commander-in-chief? What if national security is at stake? Of course he can do it. He did it. They can't really stop him from doing it. The only thing they can do is go to the courts, get some whiny thing, or impeach him. The whiny thing won't matter ultimately the next time it comes around. May give the president pause, but that's about it. Unless he disregards the court's order. And this is the biggest lesson that I think Trump has brought back to the surface from the executive branch. Ty, hang around for just a second. From the executive branch is that all of this, our whole system between all of these branches of government, relies on courtesy. At the end of the day, the president has the power that the president has, or that we think he has, because the presidents haven't enacted further power. But they probably have more than we've expected them to take. They probably have more than they do take. That's their own restraint. That's them not wanting to damage the party, or not wanting to damage their reelection, or whatever. They probably have more power than we think. And the same with Congress. And we only know is when they test the limits, and then eventually there's a harsh enough punishment to deter it. But it's based on courtesy. Kind of like you not stabbing the guy next to you at the grocery store, right? Nothing stops you from stabbing the guy next to you at the grocery store. Like there's a law that says you'll get punished for doing it. Nothing prevents you from doing it other than you. And just generally, we don't reach over and stab someone. So it's a weird thing. And this has been the best part of Trump's presidency, in my opinion, is it kind of reminds us that we do have a scary office. We do have a scary office in the president. And it's our job as voters to make sure that the person wielding that office is the appropriate person. But it is midnight. It is announcement time. It is announcement time. Let's do this. Let's talk a little bit about a personal announcement. So, hold on a second here. What is this? Hold on. Having issues with this. 1 second. Where are we? Okay, hold on. I apologize. I gotta... having technical difficulty with one thing. All right. So here's the announcement. I apologize. I'm trying to fix it. I was trying to provide a link to you guys as well, but we'll work on that in just a second. I am going to be announcing my first appearance at a convention in 2020 right now. I'm going to announce it. This is my personal announcement. I did mention it was a personal announcement on the show tonight. Everything is official, I suppose. I will be at Kitchener Comic Con in Ontario, Canada. Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. That is February 29th? Is that the one? Is that it? February 29th and March 1st. So it is a Comic-Con up in Kitchener, Ontario. It should be a great show. It's a pretty big con for the area, I think. So do come out to the show. I will be there as a guest. I will be doing panels and other things, which I will announce as dark things, which I will announce as we go on and as the details are a little more locked down. But if you want to come see me, if you want to come hear me talk, I don't know where else you could do that other than Kitchener Comic Con, but definitely come up. And also, I think this is a con you guys will want to support. Okay, here we go. You'll want to support, and here, I'm going to pull up the website right now. Okay. So here, let's take a peek at this guy. Here's the KitchenerComicCon.com. I'll throw the link out in the. This is the link directly to the page I'm looking at. Here you go. Yeah, Trudeau will be there to do blackface along with me. That's a joke. So here we have They have a big announcement coming in 35 days, 16 hours, 53 minutes, and 8 seconds. I don't know what their big announcement is. Let's see. We've got a guest list going here. Phase 1, hashtag for the fans. Hey, wait a minute. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Sparky D, the Sizzling Red Dragon. I don't know who that is. I don't know who everybody is. Who do we have here? New challengers approach. We've got this person and that person. Who knows? Who knows? But oh, here we've got Trash Man Cause, Ty Cause, Bigger Than Life, Crescent Moon, and RCE Hoppy are on there so far. We'll see who they end up with in the long haul. They're just starting to announce guests now, so you should see more guests coming up as we go. Yeah, and I'll be there. I believe it's a free con as well, but they do have VIP passes and stuff. I don't know if they have a digital attendance thing that gets you anything. I'll talk to them and see if they do, but definitely check it out. If you're in Canada, come see it, because all Canada is like right in one place. It's all next door. So if you're in Canada, you could just probably walk there. So do come hang out, say hi, come to a panel and stuff like that. I would love to, and bring whiskey. I won't be able to bring any whiskey across the border, but I'll buy some in Canada and I don't know if we can have it at the show, but there'll be after the show. Should be a fun time. So, am I going to stream from the con? To be determined. To be determined. But I don't know how many conventions Monica Rial and Jamie Markey have locked down for the year. But gotta be funny if I somehow got like as many as them or more. Ooh. Ty, they don't take monopoly money in Canada. How dare you? They just take apologies. Apologies are currency there. But they've been through hyperinflation lately, so. But anyway, this is the first convention I'll be attending this year. Lady Rackets may join me, not positive yet. But we will I will keep you posted with again as things get locked down, as far as the panels that I'll be giving and other stuff that I might be doing go. I will continue to announce those things. So it should be great. Should be a fun time. So there you go. That is my personal announcement. I apologize to Kitchener Comic Con. I assume you're going to hear about how much of a hateful bigot I am, and I wish you all the best in dealing with that. Will you sign chests? Guess it depends on the chest. Will I get arrested for hate speech? Don't give the Canadian government ideas. All right. So there is that. I do hope you'll join me, especially if you're close. But even if you're far, come hang out. All the conventions I've been to have been fun so far. Never been to an anime convention before last year, or never been inside one. I was in the lobby of one in Minneapolis once because I was handing off a badge to someone else. That's about it. But Yo Rizzo says I'll be there. Buy you a drink, Nikki. Oh, maybe Jonathan, Jessica, Yaniv will wax my balls while I'm there. That'd be great. I heard that Yaniv has filed another lawsuit, or no, had already filed a lawsuit, and now, but the other one was just decided first, so that's interesting. But yeah, should be a good time. Should be a good time. Dirk Limon says, who has run a more hilariously incompetent campaign? Soygon of Applebee's or Chunk, what American genocide Unger? Or Armenian genocide Unger. Doesn't Chenk, isn't he into the horse bestiality stuff? That's weird. JCF Data says, holy crap, you're coming to Canada. I am going for sure. Well, do so. Do so. And I believe, like I said, I believe the convention is free, but I also believe that they will be offering VIP tickets that'll come with some sort of, programming. I don't know what it is, but as soon as I know, I'll let you know. Maybe I can get one of the people on the show. Maybe I can get one of them on the show, and not like Senpai, like actually get them on the show. So that'll be fun. Ken A, are you telling me that you wouldn't want Jessica Yaniv to wax your balls? I mean, who else is going to do it? So, all right. I think I need to put down more whiskey. She'll go fund me. Oh yeah, I will in just a second. No worries. Let me drink this whiskey. Oh, and just so you guys know, if you followed me on Twitch yesterday, you would have been tortured with 4 hours of me being absolutely god-awful at Dark Souls. It truly is the Maddoxist of timelines. So if you wanna watch me being bad at Dark Souls or whatever, make sure you hang around for Twitch tonight. Yeah, see, this is the thing about stop that joke right there. Stop it. This is the thing about less aged whiskeys. They are bold and harsh up at first, but once you get past that initial shock, I do like this. It's got a good sourness to it, not like America bourbon. That stuff, it was garbage. It's got a good sourness to it. The malt is good. The grain mix is good. It's not sweet like a bourbon. It is very much a whiskey. They say there's a little bit of sweetness from the sherry casks. I'm not pulling in the sweetness so much. I mean, I guess I can see what they're talking about, but just generally, this is a fun whiskey. I like it. All right, let's talk. Let's spend a moment talking about GoFundMe, shall we? Ty, I'm not saying that joke. You can infer what it was. You can infer the joke yourself. How dare you? Just trying to get me in trouble. All right, here is the GoFundMe for Vic Kicks Back. Holy crap, we are close to $270,000. We have $269,805 in the GoFundMe right now. We've got Lawrence Spencer, Anonymous, Chad Ellis, a true Chad, Anonymous, and Horace Lupercall. Horace, of course, being one of my favorite sons, if not the favorite son, the Morning Star. Thank you all for your donations. They are wonderful. We are closing in on that $270,000 amount, which is just amazing. Just amazing that you guys continue to show support for Vic. And I hope to bring you some more opportunities to show support for Vic in the very near future. So, and I don't mean like more GoFundMes. What am I, Doucette? No. Not a chance. No, I just mean more opportunities to contribute positively not necessarily financially to him, just offer encouragement and support to him, because that's the stuff. I was talking to a good friend today, and I was talking about this GoFundMe. The friend this person doesn't, it's weird. I don't know about you guys. It's weird when you do YouTube. Most of your real life contacts don't watch your YouTube stuff. They're like, if I wanted to hear you bitch for 3 hours, I'd just call you on the phone. So they don't watch my stuff, right? Like my family and friends largely don't. But my friend had heard about the transcript stuff, and I was talking about the GoFundMe with them and stuff like that, and it was just funny because I was talking about, like I said, they'd only heard about it, but I was talking about how much of the attention of Jay Sean Lemoyne was spent on this GoFundMe and me. And I'm telling him, I'm like, this guy, whether or not they should have brought Vic on the stand is one thing. They definitely, and there's not a citation that says they were required to bring Vic on the stand. Mike Dunford is just flat out wrong on that, and I don't know how else to tell him, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll just send him some tuba ads or whatever. The most unwise thing they did, though, was to have Lemon Pepper do the cross-exam of Vic. That was the most unwise thing they could do, because he was still butthurt over the deposition. He knows it. The only people who don't know it are embarrassingly law Twitter. Don't realize that was not actually good for them. They don't realize that Vic's deposition was not really helpful for their side. Lemoyne had to basically admit to the judge that it was a move that they wouldn't normally do, and he's trying to say that I thought it would be helpful for our side to do it, even though he had no basis for that thought, because he said he's never seen it happen before, and it was helpful, even though they didn't use anything from the deposition in determining the outcome of the TCPA. So it really wasn't helpful. But that being said, he got a little bit handled, and you can tell in the video, Vic looks better than the other two deponents. And I saw that Fatso A Park on Twitter talking about how, well, all that matters is how Vic looked on text. Well, Vic looked fine on text, but Vic looks great in the video. And that's not all that matters, because those depositions being out there for the public to find show a different story. They show a person who seems trustworthy, honest, likable, and then they see two ugly women, right? Monica and Ron, whining. They seem distrustworthy. They seem like they're lying. All of that stuff. So it does matter. It doesn't necessarily matter for court. The transcript matters for court because the court's not going to watch the videos. That's right. But to say it doesn't matter is silly, because those videos are where you guys can go and take a peek at each person getting asked these questions, and answering them under oath. I mean, that's in many ways that's invaluable. You can see just how thin Monica and Ron's accusations of Vic are. They're based on nothing. But that said, Lemoyne was still hurt over that performance, and so he had to get Vic. But even though he's been BTFO'd, every time he brings up me and the GoFundMe, it gets just like, why are we talking about this? Why do I care what's on the internet? Why do I care about this GoFundMe? Are we on YouTube right now? Otherwise, I don't care. Chup doesn't care. Lemoyne's brought in nothing. Do you have any evidence of this? Well, no. Then why are we talking about it? But Lemoyne has tunnel vision on the GoFundMe. And I'm circularly getting to my point here. The point of this is every dollar in that GoFundMe is a giant middle finger to the defendants, and it's a giant middle finger to Lemoyne. Because they can't, this GoFundMe, I guarantee you, Lemoyne lays awake at night, raspy breathing, thinking about this GoFundMe. I guarantee it. I would put any amount of money that this man has lost sleep over that GoFundMe. Doesn't know what to do with it. Doesn't know what to do about it. Can't do anything about it. And it's beautiful. Beautiful. So, when we talk about the GoFundMe, that's what I want you guys to keep in mind. That, oh my goodness, James Fleming comes in with the big donation to bring it all the way up to 270,000. That is 270,000 nightmares for J. Sean Lemoyne. That is the pinprick of 270,000 mosquito proboscis touching his skin at night. Cannot stop thinking about it. They don't know what to do, because here's how I put it to my friend. This was supposed to be easy, right? This was supposed to be easy. Look, we've seen it before. We go online, we tell our little made-up story about Vic, and he goes away because everybody believes all women. That's just how it goes. He'll be the nasty creeper. We'll walk away from this, no problem, because it was supposed to just go away. Vic was supposed to go away. He'll go under a rock. He'll disappear from the industry, and he'll die or he'll not die. Who cares? This is how it was supposed to happen, but it didn't. And that GoFundMe, every dollar, like Lemoyne sits awake at night. How do I get this? Because my clients won't pay me. But Monica and Ron have different questions. Every one of those dollars is a big screw you, we don't believe you. It's thousands of people, tens of thousands of people don't believe them. They don't believe them. Imagine this. I had a voice actor I was talking to on the phone during all of this. I won't tell you their name. They're a nice person. They're a nice person. I don't need to drag them into anything. But there was some shockingly some people saying some negative stuff about me, and this person says, Nick, how do you deal with this? There's like some people out there and they're saying just absolutely horrible stuff about you. And how do you tolerate that? And I said, well, voice actor, for every one of them, there are hundreds, if not thousands of people who think the opposite. I just focus on them, right? Like there's thousands of people who don't hate me. So why do I care about the one person who does, or the 10 people, or, I mean, Jamie Markey, without her, it's 2. 2 people or 10. But why focus on those people when I could just focus on all of the people who like me? And they're like, oh yeah. And this person, this voice actor, has many, many more fans than I do. So but here's the thing. Now, there is a point where there's a lot of people who don't believe you, right? Like for me, it's 90 special ed lawyers on law Twitter. I don't care about those people. They are worth less than my contempt. I don't, they simply exist for me to ridicule on Twitter, and that's about it. Other than that, they have very little impact on my life. So here's the thing though. For Monica and Jamie, having 10,000 people who think you're a liar, that's really pushing against the number of people who think they're not. And that's brutal. That is absolutely brutal for them. Because 10,000, all of the ire against me is drummed up by literally less than 100 people. The ire against Vic, as crazy and vitriolic as it was, is really, really drummed up by less than 100 people. Think about that. Now, sure, there's some people who retweeted it and like the blind retweets and likes of Twitter, but actual people who legitimately are out against Vic openly in public, it's less than 100 people. Now, take that number and make it 10,000 people. That's the noise that Markey and Rial are dealing with. There are thousands of people who think that they are liars because they are. It's a justified thought rather than those unjustified thoughts. That is devastating. That is devastating. Why do you think they run blockchains? Why do you think Ron Toye privated his account? It's not because of me. It's because there are 10,000 people who are like, you're a wife-beating sack of garbage, Toye, and we don't believe you. And the number of people who do believe Ron Toye is probably less than 500. The number of people who do believe Monica Rial, I don't know what that number is, but I know that the 10,000 plus people who don't is a bigger percentage than anything I've ever had to deal with. And that sucks. That sucks a lot. But someone says, I thought Ron Toye deleted his Twitter. No, he did. He suspended it for a while and then he brought it back. I want to show you something though. You want to see some good old fashioned dishonesty and garbage? Gotta. Let me bring up this. Come on. All right, I have to use the snip tool and snip this out, sorry. But yes, I will show you that Ron Toye is on Twitter. Actually. Get rid of that. So this is a Twitter message that was received from Ron Toye today. Here's a leaked DM for you guys. So I hope you can read this, but here's Ron Toye saying, I wanted to say thank you for your recent post. Positivity will help calm the Twitter world down. I know it probably doesn't mean much coming from me, but I wanted you to know I appreciate it, and I can already see a difference. Thank you. Hey, Toye, you're a dumpster of a human. An absolute trash receptacle. You started this. You started this. The negativity came from you and your dummy of a fiance. You guys started this. Nobody else started with negativity. You guys started with negativity. You guys ripped the anime community. You guys did that. The only thing that you're mad about is that your mission to rip up the anime community was foiled by a bunch of people who don't believe you. You wanted to rip out Vic from the anime community. That was your goal. It's pretty obvious. And you failed because the community wasn't ready to accept you and your horse mouth in his stead. They They weren't. I know you wanted. You thought, well, got a lot of Twitter followers. They'll probably just say he's bad, Vic Man bad, and they'll come over to us. That's how that'll work. No. The negativity. I told you guys how to solve this at the start. Say you went overboard. Take down the tweets. And that's it. That probably could have solved everything early on. Whoa, okay, look. We've got some personal issues with Vic. May have overstated how things were. Blew a few things out of proportion in anger. Sorry about that. Didn't mean it to come across that way. We'll take these tweets down. The damage was already done. Damage wasn't going to be undone by you guys taking down the tweets. You could have gotten out of this. You could have healed the community before it was harmed by a rogue lawyer in Minnesota who doesn't believe your bullshit. Except it wasn't harmed by me, you idiots. It was harmed by you. So, anyway, I just want to point out that true to form, Ron Toye is now, I'm appreciating the niceness. Well, fuck you. you little gremlin. Go back into a hole in Minecraft and put dirt over yourself or whatever. These people are just absolutely terrible. Like, imagine shoving a knife into someone, right? Like just walking up to him, and then 10 months later being like, I really appreciate that you're responding with nonviolence. That's really nice. We need less violence around. Hey, what? What? Ugh. Gross. Anyway, I should have emailed that guy I should have mailed that guy a universal remote for Christmas. Duh! Dang harassment laws. That would have been funny. Oh, goodness. Butthole Weeb says, hey, Nick, Landon here. I'm coming for you, buddy. I'm going to Japan in September. Don't go to Canada, you cuck. Come to Japan. Well, why not both? Although I don't think I can go to Japan in September. I would love to. Miss you, buddy. Let me on soon, you ignorant alcoholic pleb. Please message me to come on. Weeb stream, dog. I'm like 8 months of promising a Weeb stream now and not doing one. I should be flogged in the streets. JCF Data says, check the GoFundMe again. See you in Canada. I think that this is the... I'll check it again, but I think this is from the... whatchamacallit? Here we go. Oh, we got some more. More donations have come in. Ryan Reese, Hugh Janus. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply that that's huge anus. Hugh Janus, Joseph Cole, Matthew Reams, Tamara Holloway, Harry Liu, and Vince Barkman. Thank you all. We are now well over the 270,000 mark. You guys are amazing. I don't know. I can't say enough. Can't say enough positive things. So, yeah, Cody, what's up? Is Anime Collector gone? Is he still around? I gotta thank that guy again for the headphones. All right. Okay, should we let's burn through this Covington case real quick. We talked about the MxR stuff early on. So if you're here for the MxR stuff, it was at the beginning of the stream. We watched through their video. I'll reach out to them or whatever. I don't know why they'd talk to me. They're already talking to much bigger channels, which is good. Talking to the Quartering and stuff like that. So that what they need to do, though, I mean, they've got to get a lawyer. If they're being threatened with false copyright actions, they've got to get a lawyer. They got to do it. And then they need to stop paying this company. That's a premium. Stop paying the extortionists. Don't do it. Just so we're clear, like what the company is doing may well be a federal crime. So, get YouTube involved, get the FBI involved if you have to. Get a lawyer involved first. So, there's that. How many more donos before I get nudes? Listen, this isn't an Australian bushfire. No nudes are coming out from these GoFundMe here. So all right. Eagle Loan, there goes Nick pushing lawyers only if it's off of building tops. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, let's what about feet? Well, let me get a $270,000 pedicure and then we'll do feet pics. Then you'll know where the money went. All right. Let's take a peek at this. Okay, so these are and I am legitimately reaching out to Linwood and Robert Barnes. I've already reached out to Robert Barnes and didn't get a response, so I'm gonna follow up. I would love to get them to come on and talk about this Covington stuff. I don't know if they're gonna, but there's a couple sides to the free speech issue, right? One is where I tend to be. I'm largely a free speech absolutist. I don't think there should be consequences for speech for the most part. That's it. I know that's incongruent with the Vic case, but we have to separate our ideals, our theoreticals from our practicals, right? To borrow from the great Robute Gilliman, Emperor's peace be with him. We have to separate our theoreticals from our practicals. Theoretically, it'd be great if speech didn't have consequences largely, right? Outside of very, very limited circumstances. That said, we're not at a place where that can exist. And in our current system, we have this thing called defamation, where you're not allowed to go out and lie. Now, in a land where speech doesn't have consequences, where you just express opinions about things and people can take them or leave them, people don't get canceled over that speech in the same way, because it doesn't have consequences, which means that dissent from those opinions doesn't have consequences either, right? That's not how the world is. So yes, the defamation in general kind of runs contrary to my ultimate ethos, but my ultimate ethos is impracticable. And I'm good with that. I have resolved this issue. That's okay with me. That my ideal is beyond the reach of society. Like, I would love that all drugs were legal and no one used them, for example, right? Like, if people want to use heroin, go ahead and use heroin. There's no punishment for it, but I don't want people using heroin. I want prostitution to be super duper legal and no one to be prostitutes, for example. That's just how it goes. These are, this helps me reach my political positions of minimum intrusion, always checking against what I want the world to be and wish it were versus what it is, and seeing how we minimize the intrusion. So that's my political ethos in a nutshell. All right. That said, there is this part of people like Robert Barnes and Lynn Wood who do specialize in these massive public defamation sort of suits. And Some people would call him anti-free speech or whatever. Some people call me anti-free speech, which is about as ridiculous as it could get. Whatever. But these guys are protecting individuals from large machines doing damage to them. The stuff that's happening to the Covington kids, it wasn't Tom down the road saying something nasty about the Covington kids, right? It's Raza Aslan of CNN. It's Elizabeth Warren, a senator, a sitting senator. These are massive organizations, people with large amounts of staff and money behind them, lots of individual weight and clout that are going after little people and aiming to destroy their lives over their speech. And so are we to sacrifice the free speech of the Covington kids for the free speech of the other people? For the free speech of Sean King? I would much rather protect 10 high school kids' free speech than Sean King's free speech. Like, if we're in a balancing act here, I think the high school kids need the protection. Sean King needs it less. He's got a giant organization behind him. He's got, plenty of people who listen to him for whatever reason. In a balancing test, the power dynamic here, Sean King, for all of his want for a bunch of white kids to have the power, he has all of it as the biggest of the white kids. He has all of the power in that dynamic. So I don't think that we need to get a hold of his free speech rights. We need to get a hold on the kids whose speech was thoroughly punished by these people. Okay. Freighter J says, please read this Roe Bodie girly man quote as Martinez. Oh, Mr. Martinez, I apologize to you, sir. I apologize to you for this. It is not meant in any sort of offense. It is only meant in love. And if I ever meet you, I will shake your hand in the slowest way possible. Never wish for danger. Danger needs no help. There is no such thing as fate that can be tempted, but morale is never improved by an active lust for war. So there you go. There you go, Mr. Martinez. I owe the chat an apology. And I'm opposed to apologizing for things, but I love you as the chat. And I go against my inner desire to never apologize for an apology that matters to people I care about. Okay? A long time ago, I was making fun of how Chup didn't seem to know where he was. And I voiced Chup as Keanu Reeves, as a young Keanu Reeves from like Point Break or Bill and Ted, for example. And instead, when I read the transcript, I read Judge Chup as a Texan, like just a generic Texan. And for that, I humbly apologize. I could have done Judge Chup as Keanu Reeves, and I looked at some of the lines, and they really fit. And so I can never... I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. Were I able to do it over again? Maybe when I do, I do have a follow-up video that I've got to get out there for moments, funny moments and stuff, like moments where Judge Chup owned Sean Lemoyne at Vic's hearing or whatever. Those sort of things. Maybe then I'll do Judge Chup as Keanu Reeves for you guys. So we'll get some of that. 5 times Judge Chup didn't know where he was or whatever. All right, let's glance through this real quick. We're not going to read this one word for word. I'm gonna do selected sections of this. So these are John Doe's 1 through 10. This is not Nicholas Sandman. These are 10 other Covington kids. So the intro is plaintiffs filed. Oh, wait, no, we're in the wrong document here. This is the removal document where this is filed in Kentucky State Court and then removed to federal court. So by Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren said this should be in federal court, not in state court. So this did get moved to federal court. But here's the original complaint. Let's read the intro. A field trip to our nation's capital for a group of minors from Covington, Kentucky, turned into a social media nightmare that changed their futures forever. And this is the important thing to remember about Covington. These kids' lives are impacted eternally. Several of our senators, most famous celebrities, that's debatable, and widely read journalists collectively use their large social media platforms, perceived higher credibility, and public followings to lie and libel minors that they never met based on an event they never witnessed. These defendants called for the kids to be named and shamed, doxxed and expelled, and invited public retaliation against these minors for a small town in Kentucky. Not to be confused with minors. These are minors from a small town in Kentucky. The defendants circulated false statements about them to millions of people around the world. The video of the entire event, known to the defendants, exposed all of their factual claims against the kid as lies. The defendants were each individually offered the opportunity to correct, delete, and or apologize for their false statements, but each refused, continuing to circulate the false statements about these children to this very day on their social media platforms they personally control. This suit follows. Now, Coombs, John Doe 1 through 8, identified by photograph and video as the Covington boys, that boy, to those who know them, and known individually by their friends and acquaintances as the subject of the defamatory statements. This is kind of important here because one part of defamation is that it has to be spoken about an identifiable person. Whether or not the person is specifically identified in the publication must be about an identifiable person. So having friends and family who know from the publication who's being identified, we have now met that requirement, which can be crazy. Like if I talk to you about a random furry being a degenerate or whatever, and you can't identify the furry from my words, and I just talk to you, well then, there's no defamation because there's no identifiable defamed person. I'm just telling you about someone without actually injuring their reputation because you have no idea who it is. Now, if I talk about that furry with enough specificity to an audience of furry convention goers, I have now potentially exposed this person to an audience who knows who they are based on the things that I said. The Covington boys are all photographed and then plastered on social media. So they're easily identifiable by family members who might be watching the news or watching Twitter and see this stuff. Or someone, a friend of the family sends a picture and says, hey, isn't this your boy, little Larry or whatever, running around being a racist? That's how these things go. So they're establishing right away that these were identifiable based on the information that's there. Complained of herein with this complaint, bring this suit against a bunch of people. Let's read their names, not their titles, because this isn't Game of Thrones. Elizabeth Warren, Deb Haaland, Maggie Haberman, Kathy Griffin, Matthew Dowd. Is that Maureen Dowd? But just Matthew now? Raza Aslan, Adam Edelen, Kevin M. Cruz, Sean King, Clara Jeffery, and Jody Jacobson. Plaintiffs repeatedly offered each defendant publicly the opportunity to retract, correct, or delete their offending and defamatory statements, but each refused, continuing to share their defamatory comments with the public to this very day. Twitter ass-pats are very powerful dopamine hit for these people. No individual plaintiff seeks damages from any defendant in excess of the cost of a 4-year tuition at the University of Kentucky. That's a nice way to put it. Plaintiffs file this complaint for neither fame nor fortune. They bring the suit to protect future families from experiencing the nightmare the defendants caused these kids to experience. This is a nice story. They're going for each defendant faces somewhere around $150,000 of damages, I believe. But the kids are not doing this for fame or fortune. They're filing anonymously as John Does for this reason. They're all students and minors, great, and the other people are all assholes, so that's nice. So let's go through this facts section. I'm doing a furry con in Canada. Oh man, I gotta go to a furry convention, but I need a protector. I need a champion, like Bronn for Tyrion. And I'm sorry for the Game of Thrones references. I'm just watching it now, so it's like in my head. Like Bronn for Tyrion, I need a champion to keep me safe from the furries. So I need bonitis. I need bonitis. Bonitis can protect me. Addie White, you can protect me. Do you go to furry conventions, Addie? Bring Drexel. You think Drexel would protect me at a furry convention? Next thing I know, Drexel would be out with a what are those little mini ponies called? I'm ruining the joke, but that's okay because the whiskey's hitting. A Shetland. Drexel would be out with a Shetland pony with an Africa tattoo on its horse ass. No, not a chance would I bring Drexel to protect me at a furry con. Hey Nick, I'll be right back. I see that Shetland over there. No, Drex, no, don't do it. We may have a Drexel on the show tomorrow. I'm not making any promises, but we may have a Drexel on the show tomorrow. All right. Friday, January 18th, each of the John Does. God, this is a year ago already. A year ago. Oh, the cuck stream. Oh my God, I gotta contact the guy. Thank you for reminding me. Cuck stream. I'll contact the cuck, the guy who got cucked. I'll contact Phil. I'll see if Phil wants to do a short notice stream. Once I confirm that Drexel will be here, I think, man, because I know Drex wants to talk to Phil, the Dollhouse Phil. So we'll see what we can do. I know Vic is coming up on a year, 6 days from now. Drexel comment by Rand was over the line. What Drexel comment by Rand? What was the Drexel comment by Rand? Are you talking about Randbot? I love that guy. Love that guy. Oh, he dropped a hard R on Drex? I don't know that Drexel would care so much. Maybe. He just got booted by Ralph? He got booted today? Oh no, why? What happened? I'm not in the know. Okay, anyway, let's go on. Each of the does was part of a group of Covington Catholic High School students who traveled on a bus from Park Hills, Kentucky to Washington, D.C. to attend the March for Life. None was a public figure or publicly known prior to much of the world prior to this trip. The Covington boys arrived at the Lincoln Memorial and encountered the Black Hebrew Israelites. Unironically, my favorite worst people on earth are the Black Hebrew Israelites. They are awful, awful human beings, but man, you gotta love them in their own terribleness, right? Like, they will sit there and be the most terrible people on earth right out in public and film it all and be like, yeah, we are awful. Members of the Black Hebrew Israelites made offensive statements to the Covington boys, including calling them incest babies, dirty ass crackers, which is better than dirty ass crackers, and future school shooters. Come on, that's funny. These guys, see, the Black Hebrew Israelites, they're funny. They're the best worst people because they're actually comedic. Some of the Covington boys asked the chaperones if they could do their school cheers to drown out the Black Hebrew Israelites. Now we see the racism of the dirty ass crackers who want to drown the Black Hebrews or whatever. After the interaction with the Black Hebrew Israelites, Native American activist Nathan Phillips approached the Covington boys. Is Phillips used to approaching boys? Because that's gross. Phillips approached the boys from a distance and walked past clear pathways to the steps to the Lincoln Memorial. Covington boys did not move towards Phillips or otherwise actively approach or surround Phillips, block Phillips, taunt Phillips, or ever chant "build the wall" at Phillips. So they're going against that one. The Covington boys did not interrupt or interfere with any Indigenous Peoples March, although I have heard from, various talking heads that they did offer Nathan Phillips blankets, which I thought was racist. Phillips beat on a drum and joined the students as they engaged in school cheers, including the sports cheer made famous by the New Zealand rugby team known as the Haka dance, that celebrates the tribal traditions of the Maori tribe. Okay. Why are Covington, Kentucky kids doing a haka? And I know the haka is important because the haka drew... My joke about the haka drew some of the most hateful direct messages I ever received. from a New Zealander, presumably a Maori. Maori? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to say Maori. But, man, they were not happy about that on the null stream. Several of the students joined with Phillips, and some did so by mirroring the sports chant of the Florida State Seminole and the Atlanta Braves with their famous tomahawk chop. Woo! There you go. No one voiced any objection to this at the time. That's an impossible statement to make. Maori? Okay. Seminole? Come on. With their no one voiced any objections at this time. Soon after, the students left the Lincoln Memorial without incident or any apparent controversy beyond being harassed by the notorious Black Hebrew Israelites. What the Covington boys did not know is what was happening to them on social media. As they arrived home, Dad Boy uncovered a social media lynch mob had formed, advanced by prominent politicians, journalists with big pedigree publications, and social celebrities with large social media platforms and public followings. The defendants use a perception of their enhanced credibility to make statements about the Covington boys without disclosing all the relevant facts. This is the danger of a darling press that we have a lot of. Let me address this real quick. Lady Lavalin, the MxR mods, I covered it earlier in the stream. I'll recap it in a little bit if you hang around. But if you really want to check out the MxR stuff, if you go back and watch, you actually watch him. Do you like the well, Lady Lavalin, do you like the lewd the lewd Skyrim modding? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that. That's too much whiskey. Okay, here we go. Where were we? Yeah, darling media, celebrity press. This is the problem with them. They get this air of credibility that they don't have. Like, they're just people. They're just people. To make statements about the Covington boys without disclosing all the relevant facts, omitting critical exculpatory facts, and implying many false facts about them. The defendants called for public punishment, which is better than pubic punishment, of the Covington boys, including doxing them, naming and shaming them publicly. To be fair, that was mostly Kathy Griffin, the least funny woman on the planet, also one of the least attractive redheads that I've ever seen. That they be punched in the face and their expulsion from school. The target of the lynch mob was the Covington boys, their reputation and their future. Each of the statements complained of herein was known by the friends. And listen, I'm just going to say it. Redhead is easy mode for hotness, and Kathy Griffin has failed. That's it. That's all. That's all I got. That's like, I don't know how to put it. That's like being a Twitch streamer with a D cup, but wearing like, garbage bags or something. Moo-moos. You could win, but you choose not to. That's what Kathy Griffin is. Choosing not to win by being ugly. The target of the lynch mob was the Covington boys, their reputation, their future. Each of the statements complained of herein was known by the friends, family, and associates of each John Doe to be about them individually. Indeed, they were individually identified as the subject of the statements complained of herein, that they received death threats, hate mail, threatening phone calls, threatening emails, and other personal attacks on them each individually. Now, as a rule, I distrust the idea that anybody received an actual death threat. That doesn't mean that people didn't receive death threats. It just means that as a rule, I distrust it. I don't believe it. I don't believe they received any sort of death threat that is an actionable threat or a threat under the law. They may have received something unpleasant. I disbelieve the death threats until I see what they are. But that being said, these guys should have received nothing, because their names and information should not have been made public by the media for something, and so they should not have been so reviled publicly. That's crazy. They were known to be the subject of the statements complained of herein, as they were identified by photo image throughout the world, and each of the statements was interpreted by their friends, family, and associates as about them personally. An accurate video as to what occurred in the incident was available online on January 19th and known to the defendants when Shar Yakataz Banyaman, one of the Hebrew Israelites, and how can you not like Shar, who was present for the encounter between Phillips and Nicholas, posted a 1 hour and 46-minute video on Facebook. The Benjamin video. The video made clear the statements made against the Covington boys were false. And the black Hebrew Israelites to the rescue. To the rescue. Lady Lavalin says she does. Drinking, so let's blame the booze. Yes, I do enjoy the adult Skyrim mods. And who doesn't? Who doesn't? If you don't enjoy adult Skyrim mods, you're probably not a coomer. And you should be. Why aren't you a Coomer is the real question. Let's see how much more whiskey before I'm spinning my shirt over my head. This will be great. At 8:31 a.m. on January 19th, Congresswoman Deb Haaland made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys. This veteran put his life on the line for our country. The Covington boys' blatant display of hate, disrespect, and intolerance is a signal of how common decency has decayed under this administration. Heartbreaking. See Exhibit A. Haaland omitted the true facts and instead implied the following facts were true in her statements and the links attached thereto, with the gist of the false statements made about the public plaintiffs was the kids interrupted an indigenous march, stopped and blocked a Native American elder. Do you guys remember when the fucking morons on law Twitter thought that gist wasn't a legal term? When I mentioned the gist of a publication, they're like, oh, lol, gist. Whew. Okay, sorry. The gist of the false statements made about the plaintiffs was that the kids interrupted an indigenous march. Now, I can't make these jokes. Indigenous marches are a time-honored tradition in America, dating all the way back to Andrew Jackson. I'm sorry. Sorry to my native friends. The liquor. Certainly you know what the firewater can do. It has absolutely corrupted me to make that joke. Stopped and blocked a Native American elder and Vietnam War veteran from continuous participation in that event. Surrounded him in a threatening manner and taunted him as a Native American elder with chants of build the wall to mock an elderly Native American in the middle of an indigenous march. Each of the statements complained of herein was known by the friends, family, and associates of each John Doe to be about them individually. Indeed, they were individually identified as the subject of the statements complained of herein, that they received death threats, hate mail, threatening phone calls, threatening emails, and other personal attacks on them individually. Can we talk about all boys schools for just a second? While we're on the subject of liquor, can we talk about all boys schools and how what a travesty they are in the age of yoga pants? Don't do this to your kids. Don't do this to your kids. You've got boys. You do not send them to an all-boys school. How dare you? How dare you? Lululemon exists for them. That's it. For those boys. And how dare you take that away from them? You're the meanest parents on earth. Coomer brain. Every high school boy is a Coomer brain, and I'm just meeting them on their level. Also, I also happen to love yoga pants. Skyrim yoga pants mod. Get on it, MxR. We need it. We need it now. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. I apologize humbly for my digression. Where are we? At 10:58 a.m. on January 19th, CNN contributor Anna Navarro tweeted of and concerning the Covington boys, must watch. Native American elder taunted by racist MAGA hat wearing teen speaks and cries for America. The country he defended. He literally didn't. He didn't. He defended meat from spoiling in a fridge and sacrificed and wore the uniform for. It's people like Nathan Phillips who make America great. No, they're who make America garbage. This guy has a habit of this BS. The country he defended and sacrificed and wore the uniform for. Janitors wear uniforms too, Anna Navarro. You'd know that if you weren't such a bougie bitch. It is people like Nathan Phillips who make America great. Thank you for your dignity, sir. What dignity does he have? What dignity is on display in this act? There's no dignity here. There's not indignity. There's just no dignity occurring. See Exhibit B. Navarro omitted the true fact and instead implied the following facts are true. Okay, we're not going to go through the following facts being true on all of them because it's basically the same stuff. It's just a breakdown of the statements. At 1:08 p.m. on January 19th, 2019, Sean King, a writer in residence at Harvard Law School's Fair Punishment Project, also pretending to be black, made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys. I am so deeply grieved and angry by this as young kids in MAGA hats surrounded and mocked a beloved Native American yesterday. Oh, Nathan Phillips is a beloved Native American elder. As beloved, actually not quite as beloved as Sean King was deeply grieved. The last time he was deeply grieved this hard was, you know what, I can't finish that joke. You guys will just call me a coomer. When your power is centered in your whiteness, literally trying to... Woo! Okay. I'm going to just say it. Sean King is wired in Drexel's brother. Drexel's brother is who I love very much. My legit homeboy is the whitest black guy I've ever met. Absolutely fantastic. When your power is centered in your whiteness, mocking others who are unlike you makes you feel strong, but it's weak and despicable. Come on now. Come on now. What? See Exhibit C. Okay, we're not going to go through that. At 1:14 p.m., Adam Edelen, a blue checkmark approved Twitter personality. Literally, probably the crowning achievement of Adam Edelman's life. Who is this guy? Adam Edelman. Edelen? Not Edelman. Edelen. He can't have men in his name, can he? American... Oh my God, what is this? This is just... This thing. That's Adam Edelen. There you go. There you go. Oh, this unopened edamame is Adam Edelen. Let's look at this. American, Kentuckian believer prefer tomorrow to yesterday. Entrepreneur, renewable energy developer. How in the actual shit do these garbage people get blue check marked 14,700 followers? Why? Why is he blue checked? Nobody cares about this guy. Check his interaction. 108, 52, 59 likes, 6 likes. This guy tweeted and has 6 likes on it. Why? Why is this guy verified? 21, 33. Oh, he's finally into 3 figures. 24, 126, 28. 2532. What the fuck is this? What is this? Why is this guy blue checked? These people, they get the blue check. The blue check is actually what brings them followers, but it doesn't bring them interaction because nobody actually likes these people. They're unlikable sacks of trash. A blue checkmark approved Twitter personality retweeted an article with false factual statements about the Covington boys and validated the false factual claims of the article by referring to the kids as outrageous and abhorrent behavior that requires they read a history book on how America's indigenous people have been treated. Adam. And that they need to do some serious soul searching. How is Nathan Phillips treated, Adam? There's a difference between American indigenous people and American indigenous people in 2020. A massive difference. A massive difference. How is Nathan Phillips treated? Because he paid for his blue check mark? Adam SK, who do I have to pay and how much? Do you know the protection that blue checks get on Twitter? It's crazy. It's crazy. Do you know how many fat jokes I could tell as a blue check? Blue check me as an American comedian and entrepreneur, and I will get to call all of the Catherine Tewsons so fat that it will be pathetic. Like, I wouldn't stop. I just constantly call them fat. It'd be great. And I'd be untouchable. You can get Jack Dorsey to get me a blue check mark. You do it. You do it, Eagle Loan. I'm in the news. Like, I meet all of their inside baseball on Twitter. I meet literally every requirement for a blue check mark. The only thing I haven't done is whined about it on Twitter like Matt Jarbo. But I'm in the news. There are parody accounts of me that people have fallen for. All of this stuff. Like, I meet every requirement for a blue check mark. I should have one. It's really a shame. Only because I want the get out of jail free card. Because I just want to make fun of more people. That's all I want. Start bashing the right? How do I do it? I'd bash Mitch McConnell, but his shell is protective. Okay, sorry. So he omitted the facts, blah, 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 blah. At 2:45 p.m. on January 19th, New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman made the following tweet. When adults stand by and say nothing, in reference to a retweet that Haberman posted by Andrew Ujifusa that said, in another video from this now infamous incident involving a Native American Vietnam vet, a young person scoffs, at the idea of stolen land. See exhibits D and E. Look, I'm going to say it. It's an unpopular opinion. The U.S. was dicks. The U.S. was dicks in how they negotiated for land from natives. They did negotiate under the existing sort of structure of the European laws that they came from. They did do it. And the natives agreed. Now, I'm willing to say that early Americans were dicks. Are the Native Americans willing to say that their ancestors sold them out for immediate gratification? Because they did. They did. All of the treaties and all of that shit, that was done by agreement. And that may be a bad deal, but they took the bad deal. Because they got benefits now. And it carried repercussions into the future. Anyway. D&E Haberman admitted the true fact. Who cares? Maggie Haberman. What does Maggie Haberman look like? I'm in a ridiculing people on their looks sort of mood. Oh my Christ! Sorry, not sorry. Here you go. There's Maggie Haberman. Oh. There you go. That is MxR is on Leonard French stream right now. Good. Good. At 6:04 p.m., former CNN TV personality Raza Aslan made the not to be confused with Aslan the Lion, made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys with a picture of a fellow Covington student at the Lincoln Memorial. Honest question: have you ever seen a more punchable face than this kid's? See Exhibit F. So there you go. Deb Haaland. Well, the surprise of this involvement is absolutely gone. Here you go. Here's Deb Haaland, and you guys can speculate on your own as to why she decided to insert herself into this controversy. That is Deb Haaland. Made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys. A Native American war veteran was seen being harassed. He's not a war veteran. Was seen being harassed and mocked by a group of MAGA hat-wearing teens. She omitted the true fact and instead blah, 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 blah. We're back to Maggie Haberman, who was just up here. 708. There are dozens of students laughing and egging on the behavior. Will be interesting to see if anyone is actually expelled, as officials suggest is possible. Elizabeth Warren, who you all know is the most native of any of these people, made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys. Omaha elder and Vietnam War veteran Nathan Phillips endured hateful taunts with dignity and strength, then urged us all to do better. Like maybe not lying about my Native American heritage for the purpose of receiving money from a group fraudulently. You fucking liar. You gross, disgusting person. Guys, my picture of blackface was me humbly mocking myself. Humbly mocking myself privately to Drexel. That's it. This bitch pretended to be Native American to take money from a different Native American. Think about that. Think about that. Good Christ. Do better. Oh, good. We get to make fun of Kathy Griffin's ugly face now. Here we go. Oh! Oh, God! Ugh! Some people are never Trump. Kathy Griffin is never pretty. Oh! All right, chat. 1 for smash, 2 for pass. It's up to you to determine the fate. 1 for smash, 2 for pass. You need a body shot? Ones get banned. Get banned immediately. Pixlexia, no, don't. What are you doing? Unless you mean smash with a sledgehammer. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Look, it's Willy Wonka or whatever. Like, look at this. Gene Wilder. All right, here we go. I'm going to prove this to you. Kathy Griffin is just Gene Wilder reincarnated or whatever. All right, here we go. Look at this. Just with dyed hair. That's all this is. Hold on. I'm bringing this over for you. Just for you guys. Look at that. That's the same person. Just with a red dye job. Carrot top. Oh, God. I would rather smash Gene Wilder than Kathy Griffin. Okay, sorry. Kathy Griffin called for the doxing of the Covington boys, which several people then acted upon, linking the Covington boys to their photos and names, widely circulated on social media. P.S. Quote, P.S. The reply from the school was pathetic and impotent. Name these kids. I want names! Shame them. If you think these fuckers wouldn't dox you in a heartbeat, think again. 5 minutes later, names please, and stories from people who can identify them and vouch for their identity. Thank you. Ooh. Just absolutely haram. Siren Jag, her being alive doesn't make her better looking Gene Wilder. I'll take that mummified, desiccated corpse over that other mummified, desiccated corpse any day. Okay. Matthew Dowd. Chief political analyst for ABC News, Matthew Dowd, made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys. Folks, we gotta shame some dudes too. Matthew Dowd. Oh, God. Ladies, I'll take men who will disappoint you for 200, Alex. Matthew Dowd. Can the ladies in the chat throw up a smash or pass on that stone-faced lefty, Matthew Dowd? Pass? You don't want to look down? You don't want to look down and see that hanging out between your thighs? I apologize. I apologize for doing that to you. That's rude. It's rude. It's uncouth of me. Uncouth. I value and respect all of you ladies. Have you guys ever seen the Robin Williams stand-up act that he did on like HBO? Oh, God. My friend said she would smash with a Hulk fist. No. No. Kalinka, no! No, what are you doing? I don't believe it. Oh, no. Kalinka says gross. Don't lie about her. Where he's high on coke. Yes, that one. This one. Oh my God, that was funny. Whew. Whew. Okay. All right. You know what? My review of this whiskey is, this is a solid whiskey. This is great. This is a fantastic whiskey. I recommend it for everybody. I feel looser than Riley Reid right now. By the way, if anybody knows Riley Reid, I'd love to have her on the show. Matthew Dowd made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys. Folks, let us not let these kids, their parents and their school off the hook. What hook do you want to put them on, weirdo? Regardless of what led up to this, this is awful. Clara Jeffery. Well, while we're on the subject of how ridiculous these people are. Oh my God, how embarrassing. Oh wait, no, never mind. Hold on. Let me not typo that. Okay. Clara Jeffery. Ugh! There's actually a picture with another person who's uglier than her, so Clara Jeffery. Again, these are the people we're trusting with very important things like news. Although I'll give credit where credit's due. Of the people shown on stream, Clara Jeffery is the best looking of the bunch. Good job, Clara. You look like a human, at least. At least. I don't want to have sex with Riley Reid. I just want to have her on the show. I think it'd be interesting to talk about the industry. Let's see. You're drinking Maker's Mark. Good job. Good job. Body pick? I don't know if there is one. Let me see what we got here. Well, you guys can make your own decisions on this. Oh my God! What Sorry. I don't know if I can even show this on stream. This is a $500 image to show on stream. We're going to show it on stream because we're going to comment on it. There you go. That's her. You can buy, look at this. This Getty Images. Clara Jeffery poses with award for Mother Jones. $500 to put that on your screen. I'm just saying. The Victoria's Secret fashion show is free. Except it's gone. Peace be upon it. Rip in peace. 72 Virginians shall defend it in the afterlife. So there you go. Let's add significant commentary. This award looks like trash. If you're gonna give me an award and you give me that garbage, I just find a bridge and Etika yourself. Like what is the purpose of an award that looks like this? Where am I gonna put this? And this is how you know, this is the difference between these bougie elites and normal people, right? This is the difference between a bougie elite and normal people. Normal people don't have a spot in their house for this bullshit. Not a single spot in their entire house. Bougie elites, they've got all kinds of room for this trash. One, they don't have kids. Because why would they do anything like contribute to replacement population? Two, no one wants to have sex with them, so they definitely don't want. I think she actually has a kid. This is unfair, but where would a normal human put something this wasteful? Gross. Gross. And when I say gross, I mean that they want to charge $500 for that picture. That picture is trash. That picture is rude to that person. Get her at least to like turn to the side with the hips and do the forward-facing tits thing. You guys know the look, right? Like where a chick does, hi, my chest is forward so you can focus on that. My hips are sideways so you don't see quite how wide they are. That is the premium pose, and that chick was not doing it. Absolutely haram. The editor-in-chief of Mother Jones magazine, oh my God, made the following tweet of and concerning the Covington boys. The tapes that have emerged do show the BHI, Black Hebrew Israelites, doing their usual end times ranting. But they also show the Covington Catholic kids making caveman gestures at BHI. They're the BHI. They're the worst people you can find. Guys, think of everybody you know. Everybody you know. Everybody on earth that you know. Think of the worst person you know. The most degenerate scumbag you've ever met. He is going to heaven before the Black Hebrew Israelites. Let's just say it that way, right? The worst pile of trash you've ever met is better than them on the average day. They are terrible people. Who cares if they're making caveman gestures at them? Who cares? That'd be me. I'll take it. I'll take it. I am definitely the worst person. How do you know about my dad? Oh, man. Martin Shkreli is great. How dare you? Making caveman gestures at the Black Hebrew Israelites, tomahawk chanting at natives, taunting random women, chants of build the wall and it's not rape if you enjoy it. Now, I don't know is it rape if you enjoy it? I don't think so. Or wait, no, I do think so. I think it could still be. That's a philosophical question. Can you enjoy a rape? See Exhibit N, Jeffrey omitted true facts, blah, blah, blah. Kevin M. Cruz. Well, let's make fun of this guy. No, well, here we go. Wonder if this guy can identify with Paul Krugman's problems right now. Let's see. Look at that. Oh, there you go. What, ladies? Ladies? That is a raw specimen of man just for you. Gentlemen, you're at the bar with your date. Cruz walks up and slaps her ass. WYD, fellas. WYD. What you do? He tweeted, no, the accusation was that this kid and his friends mocked an elderly Native American war veteran, and hey, they did. They also taunted women and shouted it's not rape if you enjoy it, but sure, they're the real victims, according to his PR firm anyway. January 22nd, 2019. Jody Jacobson. Jody. Don't do me wrong, Jody. Rewire.news, okay. Should I pick the unfair picture of her or the fair picture of her? Oh, God. Jody Jacobson. Can I get more of her? Okay. Let me point out something. This is not Jody Jacobson that we're talking about. All right? This is not the droid you're looking for. So we're clear. This is... I guess we'll do this one. This is Jody Jacobson right here. There you go. There you go. We wish it was the other one. We wish it was the other one. This is Jody Jacobson. I cannot find a full body shot. Who's this? That's a different person. Okay. So there you go. Ugh. Woo! Go back to the other pic. I already closed it. It's gone. It's lost to the internet. I can smell her. No! Silva Luca, no! No. That's your furry nose being better than a normal human nose. But you can't beat this one. I can smell you smelling her. Jody Jacobson, the president and editor-in-chief of the website Rewire.news, authored an article published on Rewire.news titled, quote, "Whitewashing White Supremacy. Media rushes to excuse Covington Catholic students." Oh my God! This chick wrote an article suggesting the media rushed to excuse the Covington kids. Whoa. Whoa. Let's see what she says in her article. A true and correct copy of said communication is attached here to as Exhibit Q. Her article erroneously claimed that the Covington boys wore blackface to caricature black students, harassed young women at the memorial, claiming they chanted "It's not rape if you enjoy it," and ridiculed the Native American elder. Wore blackface? Like, where'd they make that one up from? Each of the complaint statements herein by each of the defendants concerning the Covington boys were known by friends and family, friends and acquaintances, of each of the John Doe plaintiffs to be in reference to and concerning them individually. Each of the defendants made these statements knowing they both omitted true facts and implied false facts, blah, 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 blah. They're minors and private figures. Evan Payne, I didn't make fun of the Japanese today. So defamation per se against Deb Haaland. Defamation per se against Anna Navarro. Defamation per se against Kathy Griffin. Defamation per se against Elizabeth Warren. Defamation per se against Maggie Haberman. Defamation per se against Matthew Dowd. Defamation per se against Raza Aslan. I didn't look at Raza. You know what's crazy is Raza Aslan is probably the best looking person in this entire thing. Here we go. For consistency and completeness, here is Raza Aslan. Like I said, among the people pictured, probably the best looking person of the bunch. So. Defamation per se against Raza Aslan. Defamation per se Adam Edelen. Per se against Kevin Cruz. Sean King. Clara Jeffery. Jody Jacobson. Went through all these people. All right, let's see what their damages. False and defamatory accusations against the plaintiffs are defamatory per se as they are libelous on their face without resort to additional facts. And as clearly demonstrated here, Does 1 through 8 were subject to public hatred, contempt, scorn, obloquy, and shame. The conduct of the plaintiffs based on the false facts the defendants placed and circulated into the court of public opinion led to these lifetime labels on these minors: display of hate, disrespect, and intolerance, heartbreaking, decency decayed, racist, cried for America, infamous, gall, shameful, darker chapters, compared to genocide, laughing and egging on, hurtful behavior, awful, caveman gestures, taunting, harassing, stalking, mocking, bullies who should be doxxed, named and shamed, expelled from school, denied admission to college, be punched in the face, their bodies shredded, and their lives ruined. That plaintiff respectfully prays judgment be entered for each plaintiff against defendants for damages in an amount not less than 15 grand, but not more than 50 grand against each defendant for a trial by jury for all costs and expenses, including reasonable attorney's fees. Court grant all such other and further relief that the court deems just and proper, including declaratory and equitable relief. Barnes Law. There you go. We're not going to go through any more of that. They do have an amended pleading down here. I don't want to go through it. It's the same stuff. Probably just added a couple tweets and clarified some stuff. But it's the same. Yeah, 27th cause of action, all this stuff. Looks like they just cleaned up the filing. But anyway, that is that. I will be following this lawsuit. Raza Aslan has notably deleted his tweets about the Covington kids, hoping to potentially mitigate the damages. So that's interesting to see what happened. So there's that. So here's the dilemma I have, guys. I need to go ahead and wrap up the stream. I need to read super chats and justice chats, but I also need to urinate. I don't think I can wait it out. So let me do this. I will be on Twitch tonight. Come join if you want. I'll probably be playing Dark Souls. I will not be trying to kill the Black Knight. We're going to move on with our lives. I will be playing Dark Souls. Should be fun times. I think Drexel will be on the show tomorrow night. I'll confirm it on Twitter as soon as I can. If you just make sure you're still liked and subscribed to the channel. YouTube has this wonderful thing where they are unsubscribing people when I do live streams. Not when I do short videos, but only when I do live streams. So make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. I will reach out to MxR. I'll reach out to all sorts of other people. We'll be talking soon, and hope you all have a good night. I'm going to run to the bathroom, but I'm going to come back and read the super chats and justice chats in just a second. So enjoy the beautiful voice of Cherkun as she sings you to sleep. I'm not stumbling. Look, you never know the amount of whiskey you've drank until you stand up. And I will say this, the whiskey I've drank is good. It's good. I'm a fan of the Cloudsplitter. I think Cloudsplitter is appropriate in light of the Final Fantasy VII Remaster 3-part game that Sony will milk you for all of your money. Cherkun says you save time by not washing your hands. I lick my hands clean. How dare you? Switch to a new laundry soap? Are you talking about because of the collars? It's because I don't iron these polo shirts. I never wear them. I never wear them. That's what's your problem with licking your hands clean? All right. Okay, let's do this. Are you playing online? I mean, sort of, except I don't know how to make someone invade me. Now wipe your butt. I just licked my own butt clean. I'm in Cats or whatever. All right, Will says, have you seen the case of a Canadian Instagram influencer, Noelle Halcrow, pay her ex-boyfriend $200,000 due to online defamation? She said he was out of control, drunk, cheater, and carried STDs. Adjacent to the Vic case. Love the show. Keep being awesome. Well, who is Noelle Halcrow? Okay. Where's her stupid face? Oh, here we go. All right. Where'd the picture? I want the picture. Clicked on the wrong thing. Open image. So this is apparently the Instagram chick for you guys. Listen. I do good works as well. So this is Noelle Halcrow. I know nothing about this chick, but apparently she was ordered to pay $200K to her boyfriend for lying about him, her ex-boyfriend. So there you go. Instagram is a great platform. I don't know if you guys know this, but it is. Next. No, to answer your question, I know nothing about it. Hugh says, any possibility of having Perfection back on the show in the future? Maybe on a Weeb stream or a stream with Drexel. Why? Why would I have Perfection back on the show? Last time didn't go so well. I don't know. Is there a reason I should have him back on? I mean, I'm not opposed. I just don't know in God's green earth why he would want to come on my show ever again. Where Tiger Ray says, have you tried Screwball peanut butter whiskey? Peanut butter whiskey sounds absolutely disgusting. Salt says, I remember the first time I heard Con Slut. I was on an After Dark panel 09 or 010 or 2010. And the person who said it wasn't Vic, but some bearded fat ass who you already know. And the female voice actors on the panel laughed at the comment. Of course they did. Of course they did. Mercenary X says it's pretty simple one for Smash, 2 for Pass, 3 for Trash. I'm 3 for Elizabeth Warren. I will tell you this much. I'm 43% native. And I too will tell her one thing to her face, common folk. To her face, common folk. Folk off, you lying piece of trash. Kill yourself in Minecraft painfully. That's from Mercenary X to Elizabeth Warren. Not me. Not me. I don't know why I would have Senpai on. Senpai really wants to be on, and I'm not interested in engaging in that. I told him I wasn't interested in the drama. Really, really not. It hasn't suddenly changed. Karite Sumatai says, on a scale from 1 to, oh wait, I read that one. How drunk are you, Nikki? I'm not throwing up drunk. Also working on a roux ketchup and Milo's glazed hot dog just for you. I'll email you the steps on how to make roux with pictures later too. I know how to make a roux. Damn it. That's rude. Not rude. Andrew War Snowboard says Sephiroth is a better name than Cloudsplitter. Cold Kiddo says, is that the same shirt Steve wore on Blue's Clues? Yes, I killed him and took it. Tillip says, hey Nick, there's this channel called MxR Plays. Yes, I know. Deep Fried Lettuce says, instead of a YouTuber union, oh, I read that one. To whine at YouTube, how about a YouTuber union for legal defense? I'm not a fan of unions in general. Razgriz Reborn says, Jukin Media is the channel striking / extorting them. Jukin Media. Jukin Media. Take your video to the next level. Jukin Media has 238,000 subscribers. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Jukin Media represents more than 50,000 independent video creators. Oh, so they're a multi-channel network. We help amateur video footage find a home in advertising, in film and television, and on top social media accounts and websites. All our amazing footage is available for licensing for as little as $50. You can go license it here. Don't settle for stock footage. No, I don't want the video. I wanted to read more, literally read more, not get the God. Don't settle for stock footage. Our library of user-generated content and viral videos are designed to engage your audience. At Jukin Media, we believe the future of storytelling is user-generated. They do have a lot of videos. Like this guy doing the splits while holding up, whatchamacallit? Let's see. Here we go. Let's take a look. I want you guys to see what stuff you've seen on Jukin Media. Here we go. You guys recognize this video? This is the only one that I can recognize from the thumbnail. I've seen this video. But this is interesting. Not finding what you need, we can comb the web for you. Ask about our custom clearance and discovery services. The Wire. Girl sobs in gratitude after getting pink violin as a Christmas present. Guy making baba tea in huge glass shatters it. Friendly cop lifts kid to help him dunk basketball. So these clips that are just garbage that get millions of views. Here you go. They apparently, I don't know, they buy them or something. I don't know what they do here. Very weird. Oh, they have this one twice. That's good. This one twice. The same stuff over and over. Kitten falls in open bin trying to jump over it to reach. How do these places claim to have these videos? This is a real question here. How do they claim to have these videos? How do we know that they're the owners of these videos? Guy fails to balance weights on rod. Well, we've all failed to balance things on our rod from time to time. Guy turns up unannounced at girlfriend's house. What is this? It's just, I believe that they own these things 0%. 0% belief in their ownership of those things. Punch in the Knee says, there's no effing way they own Juji Mafu's video. The guy holding the barbell doing the splits. Gotta stop drinking. I'm starting to sound like Sam Johnson. All right, back to it. Razgriz Reborn says, I read that one. Some nobody says, just think that mug will be here long after you're dead. I will smash it on my deathbed. How dare you? EEF says, get in contact with them, Nick, and bring them on. Some nobody says, you have a spiritual mullet. It's a mullet of the mind. Chiliano says, Nick, my boss gave me a bottle of Blanton's single barrel bourbon. It is by far one of the best whiskeys I've ever had. What is your opinion of it? I've not had Blanton's bourbon. I'll check it out. Absolutely. Ben Frail says, please promote my friend's YouTube, Game Boy Jr. You can check out Game Boy Jr. on YouTube for whatever content he produces. Trouser Snake says, hey, Nick, love the show and discussions. Just pass ASCP MLT certification. Raise a glass for me in my place to success for us all in our endeavors. Thank you. Hey. Timothy Reaper says, can we get a stream or video on IP copyright scams? Also, that mug looks like Conan O'Brien with a mustache. How dare you? Maybe. I'll see if Stephen Birch would want to come on. I'd like to talk to him about it. Gigoku says, emailed you about a class action case. Thank you. Joshua Verdrin says, MxR better lawyer up. Thank you. You pronounced my name right. Last name right. Oh, I hope I did it right this time. That's a first. Longtime listener. Figured I would send some whiskey funds your way now that I have work. Thanks for helping, Vic. It's my pleasure. And thank you very much. I appreciate it. Steven says, what is with the Leonard French shade lately? You guys don't always agree, but I thought you generally liked him. I don't have a problem with French. I mean, he was on Law Twitter and kind of fell in with that crowd on some things, but generally speaking, I don't really have a problem with him. Am I throwing shade? When I said that they shouldn't hire Leonard French, it's only because I think they should hire Stephen Birch. That's all. Richard Jacobson, thank you. Some nobody says you just need to do a normal playthrough. I don't want to do... What is normal? Richard Jacobson says, did Vox Day sue Indiegogo successfully? Vox Day and Indiegogo settled through arbitration. They settled in their arbitration. Can't find any documents, and Dick Masterson doubts me. Second super chat because I'm bad at this. I noticed that. Vox Day settled with Indiegogo. The details of that settlement, as far as I am aware, are protected by non-disclosure. I am unaware of them. I'm unaware of what those details are, but let's just suggest that I believe Vox is doing Indiegogo campaigns right now. So, Gawker's Death Rattle says, so is Dark Souls the Maddox of video games? No, Maddox played a lot of Dark Souls. Some nobody says, dogs are people now? Question mark. No, dogs are not people, no matter how much you like them. At Zuma99 says, otherwise, white girls banging them would be okay. At Zuma99 says, you think Manoka has Stockholm Syndrome? That could be why she's staying with a guy that could be beating her over the head with a remote right now and threatening her dog. Nick Sex says, freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Squawk! Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Squawk! Jillian Seed says, trade. Porn illegal for making prostitution legal. God, that's tough. That's a hard one. That's harder than Aspie with that question. Ton of people are telling MxR to go to Legal Eagle in his comment section. Yeah, that's because Legal Eagle is like the biggest law-focused channel on YouTube. So that makes sense. A2P says, if you want protection at a furry con, just hold a sign that says, Snake Thing did nothing wrong and all the fur figs will be on your side. I can't trade. Unlike Ned Stark, I can't trade my honor for that. Gigoku says, have Colion Noir on for the Second Amendment stream. I would love to have Colion Noir on. That would be great. It's hard to get a hold of some of these people. Lady Lavalin. Oh, I read that one earlier. Tippy Tail McKitty says, take Drexel to see 1917. Okay. No one important says, just wanted to commend you for the best strat of the case. Lemon and company going crazy because they can't touch the GoFundMe and you. And all they can do is literally watch you make fun of them. Just beautiful. Hey, thank you. It's my pleasure to entertain and ruin. Andrew War Snowbird says, what kind of clothes do they sell at Lululemon? Well, ones that support the lungs. Conspiratorial Walnut says, Brian Stetler and Jay Sean, long lost twins. Maybe. Some nobody says, bashing McConnell is like mashing mashed potatoes. Nova Zero says, but Nick, Australian Aborigines got more privilege than your natives, and they got terra-nulled, literally dismissed as a type of human. Dude, they get to sniff petrol and stuff. Take that. Lady Lavalin says, Carrot Top had a sex change. I think that's in regards to Kathy Griffin. Some nobody says, at least Kathy can't get pregnant. Wrong species. Pixlexia says, to be fair, I thought we meant smashing or using Renfamous as a blunt object. Forgiven. All is forgiven, my child. Chemtrail Mix says, as a Canadian Native American, all I can say is that these native demonstrators always make the rest of us look bad. I forgive you for the jokes, though. Hey, thank you. Thank you. They're all meant in love, except for the people that they target specifically. Some nobody says, force you onto a fun roller coaster is still kidnapping. Fluffy Side Up says, My Room Records needs to make Cherokun a theme song for when she leads the stream. Romeo Garbo says, just a couple things I'd like to share. I am a Native American, both maternal and paternal, and the grandson of a genuine Vietnam veteran. Well, thank you very much, Romeo Garbo, for your grandfather's service. I guess. Silva Luca says, Nick licks his hands cleans. Cat furry confirmed. Listen, if I was going to be a furry, it would be that pussy. Brian Naturin says, have you watched The Witcher on Netflix? No. If not, you should. And if so, what are your thoughts? No, I've not. I get to watch maybe an hour of TV every 2 days. Pub Test says, as Raza Aslan is a cannibal, can he use mental illness as a defense? No. He should be able to, just based on him being who he is, but no. And then finally, Asia Frazier says, heart your show, Nick. Don't stop being Ragin' Screech Rekieta. I don't think I can. I don't know how to do things differently. Conspiratorial Walnut says, Google Brian Stetler and compare to Jay Sean. Well, let's check it out. Brian Stetler. Ooh. Ooh. Here we go. Let me get this over to you. Brian Stetler here. Is this the spirit animal of Jay Sean Lemoyne? You guys tell me. You guys tell me. I think maybe if Jay Sean wasn't lungless and dying, maybe that could be the case. There you go. Pancake King 95 says, looking at the videos on Juke and Media, they own none of them. Trying to extort Henry and Jeannie for being a better channel. So there you go. That is Brian Stetler. All right, guys, we are through the chats. We're at the end of the stream. I am thoroughly inebriated. I have a little bit of liquor left in this glass, and that will be the end of the liquor for the night. Because we're going on Twitch, and Twitch has different policies on liquor. If you throw up, pro tip, if you throw up on Twitch, you will be suspended for a period of time. Ooh, but if you do not follow me on Twitch, make sure you do. Closing in on passing Maddox in followers. The Twitch streams are a wonderful place to come hang out, chat without the cost burden. I try to read the chat much more and interact with it without any sort of cost. Oh, we got let's start this outro while I while I talk about Twitch. So if you have a question and you are not able to super chat, I understand. And come on Twitch. Come hang out. Come be a coomer with me on Twitch. And we'll have a fun time. I'm gonna play some Dark Souls. I'm gonna play some Dark Souls 1, the remastered edition, on Twitch tonight. I will fail constantly at it because I am not good. But I'm gonna remap my parry button tonight and hopefully do better. So no cunnilingus on Twitch or Alf impersonating. Listen, I like cats. I like to eat cats. I like to eat cats a lot. I eat cats hard. I don't know if that's a good Alf impression, but we're going with it today. All right, guys. The outro is playing. Austin Heartless says, imagine the song Jukebox Hero, but it's the Threadnought Hero. Don't do that to me. I love that song. I unironically love that song, and I want to have its babies. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Come hang out on Twitch if you want. See you there. Have a good night. Peace. Peace.
So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Dundee to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Get unemployed, so pour out a glass for the tea. Post on Twitter as we hear Lost Painting tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the wrong better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law